Hi guys, my name is Jill Butcher and today I'm going to present my project proposal to you guys regarding pediatric obesity. So the CDC defines pediatric obesity as a BMI at or above the 95th percentile for children and teens of the same sex and age, and currently obesity affects over 18.5% of American youth. And the majority of these obese school-age children are between the ages of 12 to 19 years old. So the research shows that a school-based intervention, such as a comprehensive health program, can drastically improve teen health and reduce BMI. So I synthesized 4 randomized control trials, and all of these implemented some form of a school health program that targeted nutrition, exercise, mental health, and the results showed that there was a decrease in BMI among nearly all the intervention students, and also there were signs of improved health and increased parental involvement. So I developed a project proposal implementing a school-based health intervention in order to reduce the incidence and prevalence of heightened BMI among teens at Carroll County High School, because the research also shows that there's an increased prevalence of pediatric obesity in southern and southeastern states. So in order to reduce the obesity epidemic and improve the health of rural Kentucky students, I have developed a nurse-driven comprehensive school-based health program to ultimately promote mental health, balanced dietary choices, and daily exercise. So ultimately, prior to the intervention process, I plan to recruit and work with a leadership team. This will consist of a school counselor, the school nurse, and the primary health educators. We will develop lesson plans and exercise plans to implement throughout the intervention process. And this idea will be introduced to the students during their required health classes during the first week of school. I will administer the proper assent and parental consent forms, and those interested students who return those signed forms to me will go through standard inclusion and exclusion criteria to determine eligibility. And once I have determined the eligible study population, I will assign each student a specific number to maintain privacy and confidentiality. And these participants will have their initial height, weight, and waist circumference measures taken by the school nurse, and they will also be asked to complete a catch span survey. And this survey ultimately tells us about their personal health behaviors and beliefs. The Get Fit program will consist of weekly physical activity and classroom education sessions. These will occur every Wednesday during their normal health education class time. For 15 to 20 minutes, the students will remain in the classroom discussing health education, targeting mental health, nutrition, exercise, and these classroom lesson plans will vary each week, and they will be tailored to meet the needs of the student. And then following the classroom time, they will spend 30 to 35 minutes either in the gym or outside participating in moderate intensity exercise, such as sports or games. And also we will be encouraging counseling services and offering these to all participants. So this program will last 6 months, and measurements will be taken prior to the intervention process, at 3 months during the intervention process, upon completion of the program at 6 months, and at 9 months as a follow-up. And data will then be organized and analyzed in a spreadsheet by the project leader, myself, and evaluated. And ultimately, the main outcome measures are body mass index, which will be calculated using EPI software, taking into account the student's height, weight, and waist circumference. And we will also analyze the student's catch span surveys, which stands for the Child and Adolescent Trial for Cardiovascular Health, School Physical Activity, and Nutrition Student Questionnaire. And again, this will just assess their personal health behaviors, health knowledge, and health beliefs. So ultimately, the direct costs associated with this project are the measuring equipment and supplies needed for the intervention process, and the indirect costs include leadership team compensation, time, parental resources, and the paper costs associated with recruitment and information dissemination. Both internal and external research shows that a nurse-driven school-based health intervention is a feasible, effective solution to the obesity epidemic, and I believe that this project will yield both improved subjective and objective measures of health among rural Kentucky high school students, but because we will be considering the holistic health of students by providing counseling services, interactive physical activity, and comprehensive health education. And ultimately, this can reduce obesity among children as well as adults and prevent the comorbidities and mortality associated with obesity. And I have placed my Gantt chart on the presentation as well, just to show you a brief timeline of the study. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I hope you have enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.